As you saw in Lateline, the government has publicly released its implementation study for its planned national broadband network, prepared by the NBN's lead advisors, management consultants McKinsey and accounting firm KPMG. The report claims the network will be financially viable, even without Telstra's involvement. However, they've urged the government to strike a deal with Telstra to lower the estimated cost of up to $43 billion. Andrew Robertson reports.
These two books might not look like much, but they cost $25 million to put together, and they contain the details for the broadband future of Australia.
The implementation study confirms that high-speed broadband over a wholesale-only network for all Australians is achievable and can be built on a financially viable basis with affordable prices.
But according to leading telecommunications analyst Mark McDonald, the assumptions behind the McKinsey KPMG report are flawed.
All of this hinges on an idea that in the base case, 80% of the fixed connections in Australia will utilise this network.
Which Mark McDonald says makes the claim the national broadband network can be built and operated without Telstra's involvement either heroic or foolhardy.
The only way you could get to 80% without Telstra's customers being on board this NBN would be if Telstra lost market share dramatically down to something like 20% or less, and that 100% of homes had some form of connection.
The McKinsey KPMG report has backed the government's view that the national broadband network will cost up to $43 billion to build. 93% of the population will be covered by fibre to the home, and it will be a wholesale-only network, charging telecommunications companies about $35 a month for 20 megabytes a second. It's estimated the network will be profitable by year 7 of operation. For Telstra's rivals who've battled the incumbent over access to its network for their whole lives, the endorsement of the NBN concept and cost structure is vindication of their positions.
If we don't get broadband and fibre-based broadband into people's homes and everyone's homes, we will not participate in the 21st century. It is essential. It is the railways of the 21st century.
We have to accept the facts that NBN is going to be a reality, that its impact on Australia, the Australian society and the Australian economy is going to be big and extremely positive.
And both Optus and Primus reject Mark McDonald's claim that the numbers don't stack up without Telstra's involvement.
Clearly it would be better if Telstra was involved, better for Telstra and for the economy and better for the country, but at some point in time, rather than buying duct access or access to the ducts under the streets, you might be able to just build them yourself.
However, Ravi Bhatia believes regardless of what role Telstra plays in construction of the NBN, when the network is up and running, Telstra will be forced to take part.
You cannot compete with 100 megabits per second integrated services using existing old-style copper services.
Telecommunications consultant Paul Budder shares that view, saying self-preservation will bring Telstra around.
The prices that the NBN is going to charge are so competitive that it will be extremely difficult for Telstra to compete with them. So if they don't cooperate, then it's quite possible that customers automatically will start transferring to the new NBN network.
Telstra has refused at this stage to publicly comment on the McKinsey KPMG report.